Excuse me? Is this thing on? Stop the presses. Hold the phone. It's time to step up to the mic. Here's what's going on in your community.
Happy Monday to you. It is your buddy Darren Bergfeld with you here at 93.9 Mike FM. And our friend Kelsey is here. Kelsey Hulcher with the St. Louis District Dairy Council. Kelsey, welcome to the studio. We're so glad you're with us.
Yeah, this is fun. This is a cool experience. I'm excited to be here.
It is live radio, Facebook Live action. Digital meets on-air analog. It's a combo. We love it. But yeah, it's just June Dairy Month. I'm a fan of the dairy. I'm going to say out loud. I can remember cheering from the stands that Southeast and Milk were a winning combination when I was a kid. And now SEMO's like one of the dairies is official dairy of SEMO basketball or something. I don't know what it is, but it's pretty amazing. But dairy's a big deal, and we're going to talk about it today. Your position is you're a nutrition educator.
Yes. So I am a nutrition educator with the St. Louis District Dairy Council. And it is, as you said, it's National Dairy Month. June is Dairy Month. And so we as nutrition educators are also registered dietitians. So we are able to talk to you about incorporating, those 3 servings of dairy in a day. That's kind of what we aim for, what we shoot for, and kind of giving you good ideas and tips and tricks to incorporate those different options in throughout the day. So there's 5 of us on staff as nutrition educators, and we kind of oversee Missouri and Illinois in that. Along with it being June Dairy Month, it is actually, we're celebrating a little bit into our birthday. The St. Louis Dairy Council is 90. So
Happy birthday.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, we're actually, we're having a little themed 90 and on the move.
Move?
Yes, that's always, you guys are always the best at saying that.
I should have brought a cowbell into the studio. I failed you. I'm sorry. Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
But we are celebrating our 90th birthday and 90 years of being an organization, and kind of being able to incorporate that nutrition education. Along with celebrating, we work with local dairy farmers in Missouri and Illinois, so celebrating them and all of their hard work that they help contribute and provide our organization with.
For sure. And the dairy industry has evolved a lot over 90 years,
Yes.
First thing you think about, and I will say I've done it, is, old Farmer John in his overalls sitting down by the cow on his little stool with his bucket and, milking away. That's our vision of, milking the cows, the old school dairy farmer style. But it is a much, much more advanced industry than what we think of, and it expands beyond just old Farmer John shooting the cat in the mouth, right?
Yes, pretty much. So, 1923, I believe, is when that process kind of changed from milking by hand. They kind of then were able to make their way a little bit into some technology with it. But back then, they were still, even after they were done milking, those milking cans were about 110 pounds.
Yeah.
Could be up to 110 pounds.
And then you got to haul that over somewhere.
You're hauling that over. Yeah. And a lot of our farmers wake up, not a lot, pretty much all of our farmers are waking up, super, super early in the morning to milk their cows to make sure that they're being taken care of. And then later on in the afternoon doing that. So Can you imagine doing that back then where you're having to haul all of that stuff? Now it's a little
7
bit different.
7 days a week.
Yeah.
The milk don't wait.
Yep.
For vacation days?
365 days a year.
That's right.
They don't get much of a vacation. So with that being said, now they're able to kind of transition it into robotics. We even have some of our farmers who have robotics to where when those cows need to get milked, they're able to go in when they want and as needed to get milked. And there's just kind of a monitoring system with that. Needless to say, though, our farmers are still waking up super early in the morning.
You still got to get out there and feed and check the fence lines and, everything that comes.
Everything that comes and do all the farm chores. And a lot of them also have land, so they're getting ready right now.
You can't put away the tractors and the muck boots. You got to hang on to those forever.
Exactly, yeah. And I know, as we kind of talked about June Dairy Month, it started in 1937, actually, as National Milk Month. So it was kind of a promo for milk. All of our farmers, there was such an overproduction of that milk that they were then able to change it in 1939 and kind of incorporate more
all-encompassing.
The whole encompassing of dairy. Not just milk, but everything. So our yogurts, our cheese,
all that good stuff.
Ice cream, fun fact.
Love ice cream? Yes, you do.
Yes. July is National Ice Cream Month. So next month, we're bringing June into July and celebrating some ice cream.
And that's an easy one to celebrate, especially on terribly hot days like we've got today.
Yes.
For sure. Well, you know, and along with, like you said, there's a multitude of products that we look at, you know, all the different cheeses, and there's some real high-end cheeses. Cheese is a magical world in its own self. It takes a lot of work to create that.
It really is. And what's super, super interesting, too, is as we've talked about kind of the dairy and the farming industry kind of evolving and getting those robotics and all of that, if you look at our products, even with dairy, those products are constantly changing too. I mean, you still have your basic, you know, low-fat cheese, your yogurts, your ice cream, but now they're kind of incorporating more. Even on our yogurts, they're able to supplement and add in more protein to that yogurt to make it more full into those Greek yogurts. Along with, I don't know if you've tried it, but kefir.
I have not. I saw that in your notes, and I was like, "Is that like Kiefer Sutherland?" Or no? I am unfamiliar with kefir.
Yeah, so it's fermented. It's fermented dairy. But what's really cool too is, again, as technology has evolved, we're able to then look at incorporating healthy bacteria, so that kefir kind of provides, additionally, along with it being dairy, a healthy bacteria for our gut. So it's also going to improve that digestive system as well.
Like Jamie Lee Curtis. You know, that good gut health, though, it's important, too, for everything. Yeah.
So along with, like I said, everything's constantly evolving and getting better, along with technology kind of evolving too and getting better. So, and it does help. Even us with the Dairy Council, we're always trying to work on getting better and better with what we do.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think a part of it, too, is just people being informed of what dairy products are out there. Because, you know, like you said, we started off, you know, milk was just milk and milk was it. And then you started getting 2% milk. So we cut back on the fat, but you still get the calcium and da-da-da-da. And, you know, milk's evolved into a ton of great products. And now when you go look at the dairy section, you know, like you said, there's the yogurt and the kefir and the Sutherlands and the cheeses and, you know, all the dairy products.
Yeah.
And, you know, so there's a lot of great ways. If you're not and I get it. Some people are not milk drinkers. They're like, I just don't like to drink milk. Well, there's a lot of great ways for you to be able to get those daily servings.
As we kind of promote and preach in the nutrition education field, as a dietitian, there's an option for everyone. Even looking ahead at ice cream month, everyone's like, oh, ice cream, you know, it's not that healthy for you. But there's so many different types. If you go to the ice cream aisle at the store, that aisle has so many different types. They have lower calorie, lower sugar, just an option, lower fat, options that fit everyone. Even frozen yogurt is become kind of a healthier option for those who are kind of watching and monitoring. But, you know, there's still some of us that love to enjoy just the good old classic, old-fashioned ice cream.
Man, I tell you, I have not made ice cream. Have you ever made homemade ice cream with the old salt and the ice and the crank away thing? Man, when I was a kid, my grandpa, that was the deal. And it was fun for you to be the kid out there cranking all day. Of course, now you got motors on them and everything else, but a nice bowl of homemade ice cream just hits the spot.
Yeah, and even us as nutrition educators, we have some resources on our website that actually teachers can do with their kids in the classroom, making ice cream in a bag for the kids in the class. So, like I said, we as nutrition educators, we always want to make it fun and still incorporate that educational piece for our audience of whomever we're talking to or educating. So it's great with the Dairy Council. Like I said, we'll go in and we'll see kids talking about, as you and I kind of chatted about before, adopting a baby cow through our Adopt a Calf program, all the way to our consumers, kind of just different options that might fit their eating patterns or their diet and their lifestyle choices.
Yeah. And that's a great point to, you know, the education side. I know we talked before we went live a little bit about how much you travel and how many different case scenarios that you touch on, whether the kids, the adults, the consumers, and so forth. And I think that's a part of it is, you know, me being not old by any means, but more senior than she is, you know, but you get kind of set in your ways. This is what the kind of milk you drink. This is your little window that you get your dairy from, and being educated, be able to find out that, oh, you know, maybe I'm trying to lose weight, but me having whole milk with my cereal every morning is not going to help me with that. So what other options are out there for me to do, or different ways, alternative ways to get that nutrition?
Yes,
So.
and that's kind of why we as nutrition educators and registered dietitians love what we do, because we still want people to enjoy what they eat and enjoy lifestyle and still have those moments where they're
Right.
able to indulge and do something fun, along with still staying on track. So so with our profession, that's one of the things that we all kind of, especially the office, we all chat about. Actually, a couple weeks ago, we all had ice cream cake after a meeting, because we're like, we're celebrating. We're going to start celebrating a little ahead of time for June Dairy Month.
right.
So we all got an ice cream cake and sat around and had a unicorn ice cream cake in the office.
Unicorn ice cream cake. You can't beat that. That's amazing. Well, yeah, and of course you can't be everywhere at once. So I know that you have resources available for people that want to pursue this. And if you're watching and you're like, well, where do I go? What's my next step to get more information? What's the best way for them to dive in?
Yes. So you can always look on our website. It's www.stldairycouncil.org. We are also on Facebook and on Instagram. Our handle is STL Dairy Council. There you can find, actually, we post a lot of our recipes and kind of a lot of out and abouts about what the nutrition educators doing, kind of out visiting behind the scenes, what we're hanging out and doing. And then you can also, if you ever have a question, you can email us at info@stldairycouncil.org.
Great. And I think it's, hit the website. Be sure to follow them on Facebook. Like you said, those recipes, those behind the scenes things. I mean, you stay very busy. A lot of travel time and a lot of conversations with everybody. What's your big takeaway? What's your big reward from what you're doing? What keeps you going? Meeting
so many different people and understanding that everyone has a different background and everyone has a different preference of food. But like I said before, there's always an option for everyone, and just making sure that we are getting those 3 servings of dairy in a day. In some sort of way, top in some shredded cheddar on some nachos even, or some, a slice of cheese on a sandwich if you're on the go, or a cheese stick in the car. Just finding a way to incorporate it, and again, talking with people and being able to educate them on that to fit their life.
Planting the seeds of dairy love.
Yes, that's perfect. That should be a quote.
That needs to be on it. They put that on the next unicorn cake.
Exactly.
Planting the seeds of dairy love.
I'll sign my letters like that when I send them out.
It's perfect. Well, be sure to hit them online, stldairycouncil.org. And again, follow them on Facebook and Instagram. The tags at STL Dairy Council. And give lots of applause and love for my guest today, Kelsey Hulcher.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, Kelsey, I appreciate you coming in to chat about all this stuff. Of course, our friends on Facebook Live, if you're watching this after the fact and you got a question for Kelsey, sure to hit up the website. You can reach out and get those questions answered as well. And any last nuggets of knowledge as people move forward in the rest of June as they celebrate June Dairy Month?
Again, make sure you're hitting those 3 servings a day, and look forward to July because it's National Ice Cream Month.
National Ice Cream Month. The best month ever, next to June Dairy Month, of course.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, again, it's Kelsey Hulcher with the St. Louis Dairy Council. Kelsey, thanks so much for being my guest.
Thank you.
It is another Humans in Tune Mike Side Chat here on 93.9 Mike FM. I appreciate you listening live, watching live. You can catch the audio on our podcast at 939 Mike FM after the fact. And share it with your friends, because sharing is caring. See you next time.